Well, hello, my dears. How are you today? It's been a while since Grandma told you a story. So, this one is called Franklin and Otter's Visit. There's Franklin. Franklin had lots of good friends and a best friend named Bear. He also had a friend named Otter who had moved away. Do you have friends that move away? Franklin and Otter sent each other birthday cards and photographs, but they hadn't seen each other in a long time. Then one day, a very special letter arrived for Franklin. Otter was coming to visit. Are you excited to see your friends that you might not have seen for a long time? Franklin hurried to Bear's house with his news. Guess what? He exclaimed. Otter's coming to stay with her grandma this weekend. Hooray, said Bear. Remember the old days when we used to slip and slide down the riverbank? Franklin asked. Gee, Franklin, replied Bear. Nobody does that anymore. Well, I bet Otter will want to, said Franklin. All the friends do some things different these days. It's been a long time since Otter was there with them. On his way home, Franklin stopped by the pond. He told Beaver about Otter's visit. Excuse me. Remember all the swimming races we used to have? Franklin asked. I bet Otter can't wait to race us again. Otter is captain of a swim team now, replied Beaver. She won't want to race us slowpokes. Yes, she will, Franklin replied. Beaver rolled her eyes. You ever roll your eyes at someone who thinks you don't really agree with them? When he got home, Franklin went to his room. He searched and searched through his toy box, under the dresser, and in his closet. Then he called to his mother. Where are my blocks? He asked. You gave them to Harriet, she answered. You said you didn't play with them anymore. Well, now I want them back, said Franklin. Otter and I always played with those blocks. And he stomped off to Harriet's room. He wanted to play with blocks with Otter when she came to visit. Finally, the big day arrived. Otter was coming for lunch. Franklin sat on the front steps all morning. When is she going to get here? He said over and over. I can't wait. Do you ever look out the window or sit on the steps waiting for someone to come visit? And suddenly there was Otter walking through the gate. She finally arrived. Think Franklin was happy to see her? Franklin and his family gave Otter a big hug and a big welcome. His parents asked her lots of questions about her new home. Franklin got out the food. We made happy face sandwiches just for you, he said. I thought those were for Harriet, said Otter. They're your favorite, Franklin reminded her. Otter laughed. That was ages ago. She took a sandwich from the grown-up plate. Franklin frowned. Oh dear, Otter has grown up and she doesn't eat foods like the little kids do anymore. After lunch, Franklin suggested they play with his blocks. Remember all the castles we used to build? He asked. Otter nodded and followed Franklin to his room. Harriet was already there. She had all the blocks in her lap. Mine, she said. I guess blocks are for babies, said Otter. I guess, Franklin mumbled. Harriet didn't want to share the blocks with the big kids. Franklin and Otter went outside to play. Do you still go to the pond? Asked Otter. Of course I do, said Franklin. Let's go. Everyone will be there. Franklin was right. They got to the pond, and the whole gang was excited to see Otter. Beaver wanted to know how many swimming medals Otter had won. Franklin suggested they have a race. Oh, Franklin, said Beaver, Otter's too good a swimmer for us now. You think otters can swim pretty well? Faster than turtles, maybe? But Franklin was already in the pond. Otter jumped in beside him. Ready, set, go, cried Bear. Otter was across the pond before Franklin had swum 3 strokes. Told you so, said Beaver. Everybody laughed, even Franklin. Otter is way faster than that crowd now, isn't she? Franklin climbed out of the pond. Let's play baseball, he suggested. I haven't played baseball since I moved, said Otter. I won't be any good. Sure enough, Otter struck out on all her turns at bat, and she didn't catch a single ball heading her way. I don't want to play anymore, said Otter. Franklin looked at Otter and sighed. Their old activities weren't going so well, were they? Just then, Otter's grandma came to get her. Will you play with me tomorrow, Franklin? Otter asked. I guess so, replied Franklin. Otter left, and Franklin walked home alone. He muttered. We sure didn't play much today. I don't think Franklin had very much fun that day when they were playing. Franklin stomped into his house. Otter's no fun anymore, he announced. He told his mother about his afternoon. His mother gave him a hug. You've both grown up a lot, she told him. You've both changed. Does that mean we can't be friends anymore? Franklin asked. Well, depends, replied his mother. Maybe you can find a new way to stay friends. Said Franklin. Think they can find a way to have fun together and so they can stay friends? The next morning, Franklin called on Otter bright and early. If you still lived in Woodland, Franklin told her, you'd be a really good baseball player by now. Then he added, I'm going to teach you, so every time you come, you can play on my team. Okay, agreed Otter. I'm going to teach you to be a faster swimmer. That way, every time I come, you can race me. The two friends smiled at each other. They're going to teach each other the sport that they are really good at so they can help each other do better. Franklin and Otter spent the day racing in the pond and hitting balls out of the park. Today was fun, said Franklin. And it was fun yesterday, remembering all the things we used to do together, Otter said. It was? Asked Franklin. Otter nodded. But I remember something I guess you've forgotten, she said. Is there something they used to do that Franklin forgot? Otter grabbed Franklin's hand and pulled him up to the top of the hill. And together, the two friends went slipping and sliding down the riverbank and into the water. Franklin laughed. It was just like the old days. They were both having fun doing something that they used to do that they could still do together. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. And remember, just because friends move away and we grow up and change, with a little bit of effort, we can still be friends. We might have to change some of the things we do, but that's okay. We can all learn new things. Well, remember, Grandma loves you, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.